Trying, and how we ever see if we are meant to be. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. That we're meant to be.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today, I am obviously gonna be showing you how to recreate this look. And I know it's been a while since I've done this, but it's actually a full face tutorial. So for this look, I'm gonna be using the Morphe 25A Copper Spice palette. I promised you guys I would be using it again, and I was so inspired. I literally used like almost all the shimmers, like all these 4 shimmers that you see right here. I used them all. So I managed to create this really warm look, and then I kind of grunged it up by pairing it with a brown lip, and I'm living for it. You can obviously tone this look down a little bit with, you know, a nude lip. I was actually initially thinking about using Pumpkin from Kylie Cosmetics, but I changed my mind. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can see some more of each other. But without further ado, if you would like to learn how to slay a bitch with this look, then just please keep on watching. To start off this look, I am going to be priming my lid. To set it, I'm going to take this top shade from the Morphe 25A palette, also known as the Copper Spice palette. And I'm just lightly going to set my brow to crease. Now I'm going to pick up this shade on a Morphe Y17. And I'm applying most of the pigment onto this outer part of the crease. And then once the brush has less product, I'm going to drag it into the inner corner. Now I'm gonna grab the shade right below the shade that we just used. I'm taking that on a Morphe Y18, and I'm applying this directly into the crease, a little bit below the shade we just applied. This brush is perfect for this because it is a blending brush, but if you see, it's a blending brush, but it has this like flat shape to it. So it helps so that you're precise in your application, but it still applies it in a really nicely blended way. Then I'm gonna go back in with that initial brush, and without adding any extra product, I'm just gonna blend out the edges. And I'm just gonna lightly go back in with that second shadow in the Morphe Y18, just to make sure we didn't lose any of that depth. Now I'm gonna take this deep reddish brown from the Morphe 25A. With a Morphe M507, I'm gonna start packing him onto the outer third of my lid. And then once the brush has less product, I'll take it slightly directly into the crease. I'm gonna go back with the Morphe Y18 and just lightly blend out those edges. Then I'm gonna pick up this shimmery shade from the palette, and I'm gonna pack him right in the center of our lid. And I'm just lightly, barely applying any pressure, but just brushing it onto the dark shade we applied. I'm gonna pick up this yellow gold right next to the shade we just used. And with the same brush, I just cleaned it up a little bit. I'm gonna apply it right next to that coppery looking shade. I'm not taking it all the way in because we're still gonna apply a third shimmery shade. And again, I'm taking it up all the way to the crease. Once the brush has less product, I'm just gonna lightly brush it over the coppery shade to create a nice little blend. Now I'm picking up this shimmery shade next to the gold, and with a little tiny baby brush, I'm gonna pack it on to the rest of our lid. So just this inner part right here. And again, once the brush has less product, I'm just gonna lightly brush it over to the gold so that we have a nice little blend going on. So then I'm gonna pick up this deep brownish, grayish shade, and I'm gonna use this little tiny brush to just really pack it on to that outer V of the eye, and I'm gonna keep it pretty low. I just really want to intensify that outer V so that we have a little cat eye and then more dimension. Alright, so before we finish the eyeballs, I figured I would finish the rest of my face with you guys since I haven't done that in a while. I realized I have a huge monster here and here. You have to point it out. I know, I'm not blind. For foundation, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and this is in the shade 220 Natural Beige. And then for concealer, I'm gonna be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, and this one is in the shade 07 Warm Light. And I'm just gonna apply it in a triangle form underneath my eyeballs, along the sides of my nose, the bridge of my nose, my chin, and then I'm gonna blend it all in with my L'Oreal sponge. I just recently got it. I'm taking it along the sides of the eye just to clean up that look and give us more of a cat eye. So I'm blending all of that in with one of the new L'Oreal sponge. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now and I really do like it. Not more than my Real Techniques one, but it is pretty good. It's nice and soft and I really enjoy the shape of it. Oh yeah, this is what the little sponge looks like. And this concealer dries really fast, so you have to make sure to work fast when you're blending it in. It works really good. It's super high coverage, it sets really nice, but it dries really fast. Most of the time I mix it with my Fit Me concealer just so that it makes it not dry so fast. But we're being dangerous today. To set everything, I'm gonna be using my Airspun powder, of course, and this is the translucent extra coverage. So I'm just gonna take my little sponge and use it to bake and set right underneath my eyeballs. I recently saw a video of Patrick Starr talking about this powder and he said that it had a flashback, but I personally never have that problem. I feel like maybe he has that problem because he's a little bit darker skinned, so if you are a little bit more on the fair or medium skin side, you won't have a problem with flashback. And as you guys know, I am super oily, but I really like to bake on my T-zone area. Yeah?
Have you started making the potatoes and rice yet?
No. For the rest of my face, I just take a little bit of powder on my sponge and just press it in. Don't forget to set your neck so that you don't transfer makeup when you hug people. Alright guys, let's finish these eyeballs. So I'm gonna go back into this initial shade on the Morphe Y17 and I'm just gonna really smoke out my bottom lash line. Don't be scared to just bring him down and really smoke it out. And I'm going all the way from inner to outer corner. Then I'm gonna take the second shade we use and I'm using a Morphe Y20. And I'm gonna just apply this closer to our lash line. And again, I'm taking it all the way into this inner part of the eye. I'm gonna pick up this reddish brown and I'm using just an e.l.f. smudge brush. And I'm gonna apply this right into the lashes. And I'm just gonna drag him about halfway in. I'm gonna go back with the Y20 and just make sure the edges are well blended. And lastly, I'm gonna go back into that dark shade and then just kind of connect my upper corner and then For lashes, I'm using Flutter lashes in the style Slayla. To finish off the eyes, I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm gonna pop that sucker right into my inner tear duct. I'm gonna try to make it nice and bright. I'm gonna take Prosecco Pop from the Jaclyn Hill Becca Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna apply it right on top of that shade just to really warm up the inner tear duct. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit right under my brow bone. Then I'm gonna apply some brown eyeliner. This is just one from Physicians Formula. And I'm applying that right into the waterline. Obviously, because you have eyes so you can see. And lastly, we just need a coat of mascara to our bottom lashes. Alright, so I already wiped off the bakage, obviously. So now I'm gonna take my really beaten up Kat Von D palette, and I'm gonna take the middle shade on a Morphe Y9, and I'm gonna use that to contour. The Y9 is just so perfect because it just fits perfectly right in there, right under your brow bone. I mean, cheekbone. Of course, I can't forget my big forehead. Make sure you take it right up to that hairline. And then right on my jawline. Then I'm gonna jump into this highlight shade. This is a Real Technique setting brush, but I'm gonna use that to just brighten up that area under my eyes. Now with that same middle shade, I'm gonna contour this bad boy right here. I swear, as soon as I can get a nose job, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna... Then I'm gonna take the same Real Technique setting brush and this powder. I'm just gonna go over what we just did to make sure there's no harsh lines and that we look, you know, nice and natural, because this is such a natural look. For blush, I'm gonna use this shade from the Beige Cosmetics Nude Blush palette. I'm just gonna apply this with a Morphe M509. These blushes are super pigmented, so make sure you just lightly dab and then apply. And if you go a little bit ham, just take a brush, go right over it to tone it down a little bit. To highlight my nose, I'm gonna go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette from Champagne Pop, and with a Morphe Y22, I'm just gonna highlight on the tip of my nose and then down the bridge. My Cupid's bow, and then I'm also gonna highlight my cheekbones, of course. For the cheekbones, I'm using a Morphe M504. Then I grab a little more, and I go more precise right on the cheekbone. That way, when you take a picture, your highlight looks extra. To set my face, I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Infallible Spray and Set. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go with Milani 19 Covet for this look. Alright, you guys, that is all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know this look definitely has those fall vibes going on, but hey, it's makeup. You can do whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want. Please don't forget to check my bottom bar for all my social media pages. I have Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Also give it a thumbs up if it helped you slay, bitch. As always, hit that subscribe button, you know, before you head out. And yeah, guys, I will see you on my next video.